electric star. Just come with me and we can shake your blues right away. You'll be doing fine once the music starts. Feel the beat and the rhythm of the night. Dance until the morning light. Forget about the worries on your mind. You can leave them all behind. Feel the beat and the rhythm of the night. Oh, the rhythm of the night. Oh, yeah. I'm really excited to film this video because I'm going to be talking about Ghostbusters, which is one of my favorite films ever. The 2016 reboot, by the way. If you don't like that movie, don't watch this. Or maybe do watch this and maybe you'll like it afterward. Just don't leave any comments about how much you don't like this movie because I genuinely will not give a single solitary fuck about that. I love this movie so much. And tomorrow, when I will be uploading this, is the 1-year anniversary of its US release, which is why I'm making this video. And also, I would have made it anyway. This is just like coincidental timing. Not really, I planned this. But I'm really excited because I love this movie. Okay. So what I did was I just recently rewatched it and I wrote down basically an outline of the movie, but like my reactions to what happened in the movie, so I'll just like go through those, and I'll insert clips of me watching the movie at particular points because I recorded some for this video. So the beginning of this movie is a little bit scary, I'm not gonna lie. It's a little bit creepy. Also, the beginning of this movie, the Aldrich Mansion and like the surrounding area of that was at my college, Bustin University. They filmed it there. And I literally, where I lived my entire like 4 years at that university was like 4 steps away from there, and they were across the street from the anthropology department. Like, there's a part in the movie where they're literally standing in front of the anthropology department. I was an anthropology major, so when I saw that in theaters, I literally yelled, "That's my school!" And my mom was like, "Yeah, yes it is." So, yeah, when I was watching this, I always, like, this just recently popped into my head while I was watching it. How the fuck did Garrett get out of the basement? Like, if he was getting attacked by a ghost, how did he get out of the basement? Okay, oh my god. Oh, this is the extended version that I watched, by the way. Anyway. Erin Gilbert, my baby. Oh. First of all, her boyfriend is a fucking asshole. Hate that nigga. He was, like, what even kind of boyfriend? Like, the part where she tries to kiss him, and he moves his face, and she kisses his shoulder. Oh my god, that, like, ooh, that gives me actual hot, like, oh, it's just the cringiest. Oh, she was so socially awkward, and but she tried so hard. I love her so much. Like, when she's talking to that woman and every single thing that she says, the woman contradicts her, and she eventually is like, I'm wrong about everything. Like, strong relate. Too sexy for academia. That line. Also the fact that she said it to Tywin Lannister. What the fuck? Charles Dance being in the Ghostbusters reboot will never not blow my mind a little bit. Like, I just want to know how that happened. Like, how did the stars align to make that happen? Like, Charles Dance, Tywin Lannister in the Ghostbusters. That's just, I don't even. Okay, and then, okay. So, that dude, what's his face, goes to see Erin about the book because the Aldrich Mansion is haunted. And then Erin goes to the Kenneth P. Higgins Institute to go see Abby. And Abby Yates is the cutest little cupcake angel. Oh, she's so cute. I have a clip of me reacting to seeing Abby. I might insert it and I might not. We'll see what happens when I edit this. But I think she's like the cutest thing ever. Like, Melissa McCarthy, so adorable. Anyway, that whole back and forth with when she uses the example of the flying baby. She goes, "If I had a human baby that could fly, I wouldn't be telling the news about it like Abby says." And then her soup crisis, how she only has one wonton split right down the middle and a tub of soup. I love her and her soup crises. I just so appreciate that. And then we get to Jillian Holtzman, she is literally me.
I swear to God. You carry a lot of tension in your shoulders. I'm sorry, hello? Who are you?
Oh my God.
Virgo, avid skier, gluten full, and 100% jazzed to meet you.
Like, she is me. I love her so much. Like, there are like no words to I just love her. And I know she was like pretty much almost everyone's favorite. Kate McKinnon just does something to everyone, basically. She just is wonderful and beautiful and amazing, and I love her. Anyway, Jillian Holtzman. Just fucking crop top. And the overall. I bought a pair of overalls that look just like hers because she... Oh, that's a really ugly face. I'm gonna just do a whole character chat about Jillian Holtzman one day because I love her. Okay, then the three of them go to the Aldrich mansion, and Garrett is the most dramatic piece of shit little boy. When he throws the keys in the street, you're gonna die in there. Boy! It's not that serious. Oh my God, but when they get in there and Holt has the camera on Aaron, she goes, "Ma'am, could you tell us where you got the world's tiniest bow tie?" "It came with the shirt." "Can you tell us what it's like to walk in those shoes all day?" Just one of the funniest little, just so funny and cute, and I love that little teasing back and forth that she has with Aaron, just because it's very interesting and very funny. Okay, so the ghost thing happens. Aaron gets ecto-projected all over. And, then they go back. Well, and then Aaron gets fired because ghosts are real. So then she goes back to the Kenneth P. Higgins Institute to yell at Abby and Holtzman because they put the video of her online. So that's how she got fired. But then Abby shows her all of the people who are responding to their video. Positively, anyway. But the first comment that Aaron reads on their video is, "Ain't no bitches gonna hunt no ghosts." And, like, that was prime. They really did that. So then they get really excited because they have recorded a ghost. And they know that ghosts exist now. So now they just need to go find one. So Abby is like, "We'll just ask the dean for more money so we can, do this. He's gonna love it." And so they go to him and he's like, "What the actual fuck? Like, no, I didn't even know this department existed. You have to go." And my favorite part of this entire interaction is when Abby is like, "You spell science with a Y. And what's upsetting about that is I don't think you know that that's wrong." Like, that is probably my favorite line in the entire movie. Because, like, that is, like, the most me line, I think. That is just me. So anyway, they all get fired that day. And then we go to the subway station where Patty is. Oh, Patty Tolan. I literally have her name in all caps. It says Patty Tolan is perfection. I love her. I love her so much. She's just the bee's knees. Like, I love Patty so much. Next we have Rowan being a typical white cis man. I wrote that down. And then I wrote down Holtzman's bowling shoes, because what the fuck are her shoes ever? Have you noticed? Abby has another soup crisis because they move their lab on top of the Chinese restaurant that she orders from all the time. And they still suck, basically. Oh my god. Holtzman's Rhythm of the Night routine is next, and I have a clip of me reacting to that, and I have to insert it because...
Oh, we're dancing.
Let's be safe, though. Holtzman! Fire!
Over towards the fire. Thank you.
Hey, DeBarge in.
Is that by DeBarge? I thought it was Devo.
DeBarge and Devo don't even sound the same, Holtzman, so like, what the fuck is that? Oh my god, Kevin! Chris Hemsworth played the fuck out of this role. He was so surprisingly funny that it was like startling. I have a clip of me reacting to Kevin. I may or may not include it. We'll see. Oh my god. Okay. I have to include this. When Erin tries to introduce herself to him and she goes, "My name's Erin," with an E, for everything you want. That one of the, first of all, so awkward, but also so wonderful. I love Erin Gilbert. I love her. Oh, and then we have Patty coming to the Ghostbusters to be like, "I found a ghost. He's in the subway." So then she shows them to the ghost. That's a weird way to say that. So they go to the subway, and then they have that whole interaction with the tagger, and he actually is the one that designs the Ghostbusters logo, and Holtzman is like, "That's some lit shit," and so she takes a picture of it. And then they actually go into the subway. And this next interaction is deadass my favorite fucking thing. I'm going to insert the clip. I'm not even going to mention it here. I'll just insert the clip.
That's where I saw that weird sparking thing.
What was it?
If I knew what it was, I wouldn't say weird sparking thing.
You're mouthy. I like that.
I love them, and I love that. I love that. Ooh, my two babies. My two babies. So yeah, and then they see the ghost. The next thing is when they become conductors of the metaphysical. I think I just wrote that down so that I could say conductors of the metaphysical, and I'm not even joking. This is where Patty gets them the hearse, and there's that whole interaction of where she just knows that if there is a dead body in the back, Holtzman would be the one to wanna take care of that situation. After only knowing her for what, a fucking day? Let me not. I love them. Okay. Then they have the field test, and Holtzman's fucking robe. Her robe. Okay, anyway. So they test out the equipment, and Abby uses the proton gun, and that little... It's like fighting a gator. Oh, and then we have Erin's ghost story, where she gets called Ghost Girl because she's in therapy for seeing a ghost of her dead neighbor, and no one believed her for her entire life until Abby. Oh my fucking god. Okay. Abby and Erin's goddamn presentation. Protect the barrier. Protect the barrier. Protect the barrier. I'm just gonna insert the clip of me reacting to it because fucking wow.
Ghosts! They're real!
Lord have mercy.
Tara, normal is normal and a valid science. Thank you for requesting this. I see ghosts flying around everywhere. The barrier stops them. It's the last line of defense betwixt the worlds of the living and the dead. Protect the barrier. Protect the barrier. Protect the barrier. Or make I land.
Okay, and then next we have Martin Heiss on the TV discrediting them, and Bill Murray plays him, obviously. He looks like a fucking pimp, which is what I told my mom when we went to go see it. And then she said his outfit looks just like Aaron's outfit from the beginning. And if that ain't the most accurate, oh my gosh, I fell out. I thought it was so funny. Okay, and then they get a call to go to the Stonebrook Theater because there is a ghost. My thing is, how in the hell did they get their advertising out so quickly that they already have people calling them about like, that's just such a, anyway, Kate can't drive. She said herself, she's just not a good driver. I just thought I'd include that. But if you've seen the movie and you've seen Holtzman drive, buddy. So then they get to the Stonebrook Theater, and there's a man speaking Spanish, like very panicked because he has encountered this ghost. And Aaron translates him so terribly. And Patty is like, that's not what he said. So, like, it's canon that Patty can speak Spanish. Just by the way. So they're hunting this ghost. Patty enters a room full of mannequins, and she literally gets to the doorway and is like, absolutely fucking not, and leaves. But the ghost is possessing one of the mannequins, and so it follows her, and she runs into the room where her other Ghostbusters are, and they release the ghost from the mannequin, and then they have to go upstairs where the ghost has flown to, and they capture the ghost. No, they put a ghost in a box. And I have a reaction to this. I get so, like, teary-eyed and proud of them.
We made magic today, and that's all I got to say.
Where are these ghosts coming from? Are there any more ghosts inside the theater?
I think we took it out. Listen, we're scientists. We're here for the unanswerable questions and really to pursue truth.
We're the Ghostbusters!
So after that, there's the dance party, and Patty's, like, absolute aversion to Kevin is, like, the funniest in juxtaposition to Aaron's enthusiasm for being around Kevin. It's really funny. Oh, and then Holtzman does her science-y speak where she tells them all of the updates that she's made to their gadgets, and I love an engineer. Oh, and then Martin Heiss comes. And then Abby has her little tiny rant about 4%! Across the board, 4%! And then you have Patty in the back going, and it's hilarious. And then we have Aaron sicking a ghost on Martin Heiss that kills him, throws him through a window. Oh my god, and then we get to the mayor. And Cecily Strong! I love Cecily so much. Oh, that was such I loved that moment. I love Cecily. Her character's a fucking cunt, though. So, basically, the mayor is like, we like what you're doing, but, like, stop. And they're like, no. So the mayor is like, okay, well, keep doing it, but, like, be low-key. So they leave. And Holtzman there's another toy exhibition where Holtzman tells them about the new things that she's invented somehow in this short amount of time. And she makes a ghost chipper for Patty. And when she gives it to her, she goes, step up to bat and do what you're gonna do. And then Patty goes, you truly scare me. I just want you to know that. And then Holtzman's response is, that's my favorite. Even the first time that I saw that, that was the moment. Well, there were many moments before that, but that was like the actual final like moment that cemented that like Holtzman is me as a person, just like 100%. Okay, so after this, they figure out that someone is using the little devices that they have been finding around the city to charge the ley lines, which are currents of supernatural energy, so that they can open a vortex. And they figure out that it's Rowan because they go on the... They go on the website of the Mercado, which is... I think it's... I don't even know how they get... I don't remember how they figure out that it's the Mercado, but they do, and then they go on the employee little thing, and Patty sees that Rowan is the same dude that was talking about the cataclysms in the subway to her, which that happened, I just didn't mention it. And then Aaron says, it's always the sad pale ones, which I always thought was funny because Aaron is a sad pale one sometimes, so like, but anyway. I actually even wrote down the note, lol, okay, Aaron with an E, because I'm an asshole. So they get to the Mercado, and Annie Potts, which, for those of you who don't know, she was the secretary in the original Ghostbusters, the one, Ghostbusters, what do you want? Then they find Rowan in the basement doing his doodad shit, trying to release the ghost, and then, and he's ranting about who gives a fuck, honestly, and, Abby tries to talk him down with soup, and I'll just insert that clip.
Wait, Rowan, I get it. You don't like people. People can be terrible. The thing is, though, there's so many terrific things out there. I mean, wonderful things that are worth living for. I mean, you got soup, and you know that first. You know, when, oh God, I can only think of soup. Anybody? Somebody? Patty?
Salad.
Salad?
When she is unable to talk him down, he kills himself, and then the authorities show up, and then they get fake arrested. After which point they are walking back to their lab, and they get harassed. Well, mostly Aaron gets harassed on the street, and then she punches this asshole in the face. He deserved it. And then they get back to the lab. And it's probably the next day, I don't know. And the news is not great. The publicity is not great. But Holtzman does try to cheer Aaron up. I actually don't know if she's trying to or not, but she's being really goofy and it's adorable. So I'm going to say that she tried to cheer Aaron up because we know how Aaron is. And then she leaves. Aaron leaves, not Holtz. She goes home. And she's flipping through Rowan's book. Yeah, Rowan had Abby and Aaron's book that they published back in the day when they were girlfriends. Anyway. So Aaron is flipping through his book. And she finds all of these creepy-ass motherfucking drawings. Which are basically Rowan's entire plans. Which, I mean, I write down my plans. But I'm not trying to, like, take over the world. You feel me? So, but anyway. So she finds out Rowan's plans, and while she's doing it, the most dramatic-ass music plays, and it's the funniest thing ever. So once we figure out that Rowan is now a ghost and not well, he's dead, but he's still here, he goes and he possesses Abby. And it's so fucking nasty, because when he does it, there's all of this slime that comes out of her nose and then her ears, and then she, like, starts like projectile vomiting. It's so nasty. It's so nasty. So Rowan, who is possessing Abby, tries to kill Holtzman. Well, first he tries to destroy all of their equipment, but when Holtzman is like, not my babies, then he tries to kill her. which makes sense because she's the one who makes all the shit. But then Patty gets involved because doy. And so the two, well, I was going to say the two of them fight Rowan as Abby, but it's mostly Rowan holding Holtzman out of a window and Patty fighting Rowan as Abby. Wow. That's a really funny thing. So eventually Patty saves Holtzman and depossesses Abby by slapping her in the face. But then Rowan goes and possesses Kevin because of course. So then the Ghostbusters try to stop Rowan as Kevin, obviously. Okay, so Rowan as Kevin goes back to the basement of the Mercado, where all of his equipment is still there and functional, which, what the fuck, government? Why would you just leave that shit there? Like, oh, you know what? They had officers standing out there. So that makes more sense. But that's still stupid. Anyway. So, Rowan as Kevin releases all the ghosts all over the city. Holtzman still can't drive. Oh my god, and then Erin, who is like frantically telling people to leave the city because she knows the plan. And then the ghosts come. And then she tries to get a cab to Chinatown to their lab. And so, the cabbie that pulls over is Dan Aykroyd, who was one of the original Ghostbusters, of course. And what does he say? He says, I don't drive to Chinatown, I don't drive nut jobs, and I ain't afraid of no ghosts. Which, yes. Anyway, love him. Love that line. Also, there's a scene where Patty, Abby, and Holtzman are jogging in tandem, like literally left foot, right foot. It's the fun. I don't know if anyone else has noticed that, but probably they have. But it's so funny. Like, it's hilarious to me. And then, like, the actual fucking fight scene. I'm going to just insert that clip. Actually, I think I'm going to split it into 2 clips. So I'll just insert those right here.
Halsey, get on, get out!
Oh, shoot.
I lost my glasses! Oh, wait, I got them! They're in my hand!
It's champion time now, Ghost! And this is what you get for sitting on me!
Miss me. Thanks, Patty. So not you guys again? Say hello to my little... What the hell? Forgot about my new toy.
No!
Let's go.
You just got Holtzman, baby!
So after the Ghostbusters fight all of the miscellaneous ghosts that Rowan sends after them, they get to Rowan. And he turns into this fat-ass ghost that... Okay, he, like, goes after them, but then they hide, and he just, like, keeps going, and he's, like, basically irrelevant. So they come up with this plan to shoot all 4 of their proton streams into the vortex to reverse the polarity of it so it'll pull in all the ghosts. And Holtzman theorized that if their streams cross, it will like have a reverse reaction and this proton stream will shoot back at them and it'll make all of their atoms implode, killing them. But they're like, okay, we have to do it to save the city. So basically, they're gonna like sacrifice themselves to save a city that doesn't even like them, which like, super fucking heroes, I swear to God. So that doesn't work. They don't die. What happens is Holtzman put a nuclear reactor on top of their car because she's Holtzman, so of course she did. And it got stolen by some ghosts early on in this fight. But it returns to them, and they end up shooting the reactor on top of the car, which has enough power to reverse the polarity of the vortex. So then the vortex starts sucking in all of the ghosts, including Rowan. But Rowan's ugly ass, as he is getting sucked into the portal, he tries to grab Patty, but Abby pushes her out of the way, so he ends up grabbing Patty. So him and Patty, no, he grabs Abby. Rowan and Abby are going into the portal, and Aaron is like, I'm not having that. So Aaron ties some kind of rope or cord or whatever the fuck around her waist and dives into the portal after Abby and Rowan, but mostly just Abby. And just the thing that really gets me about this is that Erin has left twice. She left Abby back when they were in college because no one believed them about ghosts and she was sick of it. And then she left again after they got a bunch of bad press because the mayor discredited them, and she punched that nigga in the face, and that was terrible. And, you know, she just, like, has such crippling anxiety about people not believing her. And so, it's just, I won't say it's easy for her to leave, but she just has a history of leaving. But she dove the fuck in to that portal to wherever the hell after Abby Yates. And that's real love. I'm just saying, that is real love right the fuck there. It just is. It just is. So anyway, she retrieves Abby. Of course she does. And then Holtzman and Patty tug them back from the nether world. I don't know. And, okay. When they get back, Aaron is like, what year is it? I think as a joke. And Holtzman is like, it's 2040. Our president is a plant. And, I just love that. It's funny. I just love this movie so much. So much. So anyway, they save the day. They get a thanks from the mayor quietly through his assistant secretary. I don't know what she is, but Jennifer, played by Cecily. So all of the Ghostbusters are in some bar somewhere, and they're just kind of talking about the future and Aaron's hair. And Holtzman gives the sweetest speech. It's so cute. I love that gal. She basically tells them that she never thought that she would have friends, let alone this family that they have created together, and that she loves them. And it's like the greatest thing ever, and it's so cute, and I love her, and I love them, and I love Ghostbusters. Right, and then Jennifer comes around, and she's like, we want you to continue being the Ghostbusters, and we'll provide you with anything that you need. So they get the firehouse that they wanted in the beginning before they were at over the Chinese restaurant. So they get the firehouse. Holtzman tries to commandeer the whole second floor, and Patty is like, girl, no. And then Patty's uncle, who lent them the hearse, he shows up, and it's Ernie Hudson, who was one of the original Ghostbusters. He's a man. He's attractive for a man. He's attractive for a man. I like him. He asks where the hearse is, and Patty is like, sis, we've been over this. You know we're not getting it back. And then the credits roll. And then we get like a little scene of them all in the firehouse with all their equipment and things like that. And there's a scene with Holtzman and her mentor, Dr. Gorin, who was played by Sigourney Weaver, who was in the original Ghostbusters. And just a wonderful film. I just love this film so much. It's so good and so wholesome and so funny. I just love it. Might be doing a blog post about this like the year after the Ghostbusters reboot, talking about its impact still to this day. I might do it and I might not. If I did do it, I'll have it linked down below. What else? I think that is it. You should like this video if you liked it. Share it with people. Subscribe to my channel if you want more of this. I don't know why you would, but if you want more, you should subscribe. And you should go follow me on my social media and shit. Yeah, that's the video. Once I fell into a stream and I landed on a fish, and the fish went up my skirt 'cause it thought it was a cave, and I liked the way it felt, so I wore it to church, and the fish flopped out when I got my communion. Is that bad?